I am muted. I apologize. Hey guys, and welcome back to Getting Well with Terry, free NHL picks. I'm Terry, and I'm ready to break down the slate here shortly. Looking back at yesterday, it was close with the Rangers, which unfortunately went over. They had the lead, blew it, went to overtime, and lost. The Carolina game went exactly how I wanted it to. I cashed the plus 325 draw in that game, and then Carolina went on to win. Back-to-back days, cashing a draw. I do have two draws I like tonight, so I'll be giving them out here shortly on the card. And then my best bet, Seattle, Vancouver, over 6.5. That was a nice cash as well. Never in doubt. But overall, yesterday, a bit of a losing day with the other plays, but the best bet won, and the nice big draw bet cashed, which is awesome. Hello, Markel, welcome in. C, I don't know what that is, but sup, and I'm hating overtime so much. Yeah, the Rangers overtime sucked. The Carolina overtime, not so much, for me anyways, but we will get on and look and start the show as we usually do, taking a quick look at the current NHL standings. Carolina, New Jersey in a battle there for first place in the Metropolitan. The Rangers in third. Boston still has a stranglehold on the Atlantic. Toronto kind of in the middle there. Tampa Bay behind them. Looking at the wild card positions, Pittsburgh holds a top wild card spot. Washington with 56 points as well. Buffalo, 3 points behind. And then Florida, 4 points behind. Islanders, once again, lost, sadly for me. My free pick on picks and parlays and the Islanders money line did not cash. They're a team that looks to be in a little bit of trouble here, falling down the leaderboard, the standings. And then we have the bottom feeders of the Eastern Conference. Columbus getting a rare road win yesterday in Edmonton. Going to the West, Dallas, Winnipeg, first and second in the Central, Colorado in third place. Seattle leading the Pacific now with games in hand on the teams behind them. 61 points. Vegas and LA behind the Kraken. Edmonton and Calgary holding the top two wildcard spots. Minnesota behind them. The Wild 1 point behind Calgary, 2 games in hand, 3 games in hand over Edmonton. So the Wild are still in a good spot. Nashville, not looking too bad for Nashville either. And then things kind of fall off here. The Blues, Vancouver, that one win for the new coach quickly ended yesterday. The Kraken finally were able to beat the Canucks. So I was right about the Kraken winning there and was totally right about the over. Then we have the bottom feeders of the Western Conference here. But that is our looking at the standings as we start the show off. We'll jump into the first game here. I'll break it down and I'll bring up the comments here. Detroit Red Wings and Montreal Canadiens. Detroit minus 154 to minus 170. Montreal plus 136 to plus 140. Sixes right across the board. And this was a pretty easy pass for me. Neither of these teams are teams that I really want to back right now. Detroit is a minus 150 road favorite. Is not a spot I want to back them. If I'm going after the Red Wings, I'd much rather have it at a plus underdog price, like the home Montreal Canadiens are. Montreal 6-2 in their last 8 at home against Detroit. The last 4 meetings all went under 5.5. So seeing some 6.5 there at Bet Rivers, I would lean that way. But then again, this game could go over. So it's not one of my favorite plays. Would be a lean with the Montreal Canadiens, a lean with the under, but I'm not getting involved in either of these games here. I'll skip some of that. Blow it up, Islanders for Bedard. Yeah, sadly, that's not going to happen for you. More likely, they're going to end up a bubble team like they kind of are right now and not get a good pick and not get a good draft pick. Canucks suck too. Yes, I do agree with that. Morning, Terry. Morning, Tim. Le Habs team total over 2.5 and money line. Nick putting in le to sound French there. Interesting. Fudge Tim is here. Red Wings are trash. Markel finds that funny. Is the Canadiens? Well, you're saying is the Canadiens still an NHL team? Canadiens is spelled with an E, Tim. Come on now. Come on. And then, hey, Terry and friends. Hey, Jay Stone. Welcome in. Wings get their free win tomorrow versus the New York Islanders. Islanders should break that streak eventually, but I won't be betting on them for a while, that's for sure. But I will be betting on this game. We have the Boston Bruins minus 110 to minus 117. Tampa Bay Lightning minus 103 to plus 100. Sixes right across the board in this one here. For me in this one, we have the best team in the NHL here on a winning streak. They've already beat Tampa Bay 5-3 and 3-1 this year. They've won the last 5 beatings between the teams. They've won the last 4 games in Tampa Bay. Boston 16-4-1 on the road this year, which is an absolutely great record for the road. I have to take Boston here. Boston, if you could have got them at plus underdog price last night, and now it's kind of moved here, and I understand why it's moved. Boston has played Tampa very well, and I don't see Boston letting up here against a division rival in Tampa Bay. So I'm going to keep rolling with the Bruins, even at minus 115, minus 120. I think it's a good bet. If it gets past minus 125, that's where I'd probably hold off. But up to minus 125, I'd still take the Bruins here. They've just played Tampa well for a while now. Bertuzzi makes a big difference on that team, for sure. My bad. Comrie likely to start. Real Jets minus 1.5. Wait, it's Comrie tonight. Fake Jets money line under 6. Didn't Comrie used to play for Winnipeg? Yes, he did. Under 3. Bruins money line. And I want to go under in the Bruins game. Yeah, with Allmark and net, it's under is usually is a good play. But with these two teams, I could see things getting possibly out of hand, goal scoring wise. And speaking of goal scoring wise, I am on some props in this game. David Pastrnak, you can take him for a goal. 7 of his last 11 games with a goal. You can take him for an assist. 4 of his last 5 games for an assist. Pastrnak is just doing everything for the Bruins. Marchand has an assist in 5 of his last 6 games, 10 of his last 13 games. David Krejci has an assist in 4 of his last 5 games. And Pavel Zacha has a point in 4 of his last 5 games. So if I'm getting involved in player props, those are the 4 guys I'm targeting for the Bruins. And then Tampa Bay Lightning, I'll be honest, I didn't really look at too many props for them. It's Allmark and net. So don't really want to take props against Allmark. I will take props against Vasilevsky, though. He is still obviously one of the best goalies in the league, but not quite his normal self this year, and especially recently. So that's what I like for Bruins and Tampa Bay here. Moving on to the next one. We've got the Pittsburgh Penguins, Washington Capitals. You can get Pittsburgh plus 100, minus 105. Washington minus 115 to minus 120. 6.5s. I do see a couple 6s available in this one. This one's a little bit tough when it comes to the side. Pittsburgh 4-1 in their last 5 in Washington, 7-3 in the last 10 in Washington. So the Penguins do play pretty well in Washington against the Capitals. Obviously, the Crosby-Ovechkin rivalry has been going on their whole careers in this one. But I'm taking the draw. I know Tim doesn't want the draw. Obviously, being a Sabres fan, the last thing that he wants is overtime in this game. But Pittsburgh's gone to overtime in 4 of their last 5. I think this is a closer game than people. Well, I guess some people would expect it to be a closer game if you look at the odds in this one. But I think the odds are pretty much correct. I think we get a draw in this one. You can get that for anywhere over plus 300, I believe. It would be plus 340, plus 360. Shop around. But I like the draw in this one. Let me bring it back up. Get the comments here. Caps money line, Ovi Sid. Okay. I like the over 6 in the Pens game. Yeah, based on how the last game went for the Penguins. I can't talk you off that. Anything but a draw. Sorry, Terry. Sorry, Tim. That's exactly what I'm on, is the draw. I smashed like Terry. Thanks, Richie. As always. Moving on to the next game, we have the Philadelphia Flyers and the Minnesota Wild in this one. You can get Philadelphia plus 190 to plus 205. Minnesota minus 222 to minus 250. Sixes right across the board. I see 1.6.5 there at Betway and the score as well. In this one, Minnesota back home after a rough road trip where they faced Tampa Bay Lightning, Carolina Hurricanes, and a hot Florida Panthers team. But there's no excuses. Over 3 on that trip in the last 3 games. Not acceptable. But now they're heading home here against a Philadelphia team. Minnesota's won 3 of the last 4 at home against Philadelphia. All 3 wins were by 3 or more goals. So when the Wild have beat Philadelphia, especially in Minnesota, these games haven't been close. But I'm only getting to one thing in this game, and that is Kirill Kaprizov to score. He has goals in 6 of his last 8 home games. 4 of his last 6 home games. He has a goal. Carter Hart will be a net for this one. He is an over 3 goals against average in the month of January. I think this is a good spot for the Wild. Flyers penalty kill is not good. I think the Wild can get some power play goals here. Obviously, they're much stronger in the power play at home than on the road. And I think Kirill Kaprizov finds the back of the net. But I'm not taking the Wild in the puck line in this one. I don't like what I've seen from them. And people say I can't really be objective. Well, in this spot, I'm not taking the Flyers, that's for sure, but I'm not jumping all over the Wild either. Saturday will be a different story. And I'll probably go over that in tomorrow's show. Philly plus 206. Hey, do what you got to do. I'm on first period goals under 1.5 in this game. All right. In West Philadelphia, where Hart was born and raised. Laughing face. Appreciate the honesty, Terry. Hey, honesty is important. But we'll move on along to the next game. We've got the New Jersey Devils, the Nashville Predators. New Jersey minus 125 to minus 130. Nashville plus 108 to plus 114. Sixes right across the board. And this one, this game, I kind of want deja vu of last night. Last night, I was on the Carolina Hurricanes, who were on the road in Dallas. I was on the draw in that game. And today, I'm on the road New Jersey Devils, and I'm on the draw. Very heavy draw history with these teams. 8 of the last 12 meetings in Nashville between these teams have gone overtime. 8 of 12. That's a lot. 7 of 12 meetings, regardless, between the teams have gone overtime. Nashville has had the success 7-0 in the last 7 meetings. So it's been a while since New Jersey's beaten Nashville. But New Jersey's already ended streaks against Calgary, the Rangers. I know I'm forgetting a couple others. But this Devils team is much different than past seasons. Both these teams are playing really well right now. I expect this to be a close game. I love the draw on this one. This is my draw of the day. New Jersey and Nashville plus 325. I love the draw on this spot, and I like I like New Jersey to get the win here. Obviously, the line's moving. Minus 130, not really something I would want to take. And I would not say to take them in regulation because obviously I'm on the draw. So this is a spot to maybe get creative with New Jersey. Maybe parlay them with someone. If you can get them for minus 125 at your book, that's my cutoff basically. When looking at player props for this, I have 2 assist props. Jack Hughes to get an assist. He's assists in 5 of his last 6 games. And Nico Hischier to get an assist. He is an assist in 6 of his last 8 games. But I think this is going to be a close game. And I do think the Devils will finish on top in this one. Jay Stone says, proud of you. Yes, I've seen your comments in the Ice Guys chat, Jay Stone. And a lot of people, hey, the name of the show is Getting Wild with Terry. I have wild jerseys behind me. My name on Twitter is Let's Go Wild Picks. I don't exactly try to hide that I'm a Wild fan. But I can be objective. I can. I forgot I said my picks yesterday. Preds money line. Where did Tim go? Tim left, and props. Yes, I'm getting back into the props again today. Yesterday I did not like the slate, but today there's definitely more player props that I do like. We'll head into the next game, which is also one of my favorite games of the night here. We have the Buffalo Sabres plus 145 to plus 160. Winnipeg Jets minus 175 to minus 185. 6.5s right across the board. Should the Buffalo Sabres be plus 160 right now on the road? My answer is no. 8-1-1 in their last 10 road games. They've won 4 in a row. Buffalo's playing great hockey right now. The Jets have lost 3 of their last 5. Yes, the Jets have a better record than Buffalo this season. Yes, the Jets are probably a better team. Definitely better defensively and in net. But offensively, the edge goes to the Sabres. I love the way the Sabres are playing on the road. I don't get this big, huge underdog price. They've won 4 of their last 6 games in Winnipeg, and that is with not so good Sabres teams. I think this is a great spot for the Sabres at a big underdog price. So I'm on the Sabres once again as an underdog, and I'm also on 3 props. Now, I do want to say maybe tread lightly with the props. When these teams have faced each other in Winnipeg, 10 of the last 11 meetings have gone under 6.5. So they haven't really been high-scoring games for the most part. But with Buffalo's offense this year, games can go over quickly. Alex Tuch to get an assist. He's an assist in 4 of his last 5 games. Jeff Skinner to get an assist. He is an assist in 4 of his last 5 games. And I'm going back to it. It didn't cash his last time out, but it's cashed in 6 of his last 8 games. Give me Victor Olofsson, anytime goal. I'm going right back to him in this one. I get. All right. Plus money tour. Yeah. Hey, I love plus money plays. Jets money line is a lock. Pointing face to pictures of Sabres garbage cans. Sabres plus 166. Let's go Buffalo. Real Jets minus 1.5. Krebs anytime goal plus 450. Happy birthday, Krebs. All right. There we go. I was not aware it was his birthday. We'll go on to the next one here. I have a free play for this game up on Picks and Parlays on the site. In this one, Chicago plus 300 to plus 330. Calgary minus 350 to minus 440. 6s right across the board. If you want Calgary on the puck line, you're looking at minus 144 to minus 157. So you'd have to take them on the super puck line, plus 125, plus 124 for the 2.5. But I'm not getting involved in this side in this one. Both of these teams have gone over 6.5 in 5 of their last 8 games. When these teams have faced each other in Calgary, the last 6 meetings have all gone over 6.5. I'm not sure why this game is out of 6, but I love the over 6 in this one. I think we get goals on both sides. Now, surprisingly, I'm on the over 6 in this one, but I'm not on any props. Just Calgary's a weird team where their players, like the players I've mentioned on my props that I'm doing today, have assists in 4 of their last 5 or points in 6 of their last 7 or that kind of thing. Calgary, it's kind of spread out. So it's tough to pick player props with Calgary, but I do expect them to do most of the goal scoring here, obviously by it being minus 400 favorites. But I think the over 6 is a good spot in this one. Chicago's been finding the back of the net as well. Calgary, a defensive team, but their goaltending is not up to par. And I think the Blackhawks will be able to find the back of the net, but I think the Flames will definitely be able to find the back of the net. Over for me. Tim, comment, which I can't bring up for some reason. My computer is not bringing up the comments. So no comments here, I guess, until we get to the next. I don't know why it's doing that. But we'll go to the next game because I can't bring up the comments for some reason. Anaheim Ducks and the Colorado Avalanche here. You can get Anaheim plus 300 to plus 330. Colorado minus 385 to minus 405. 6.5 in this one. I see 1-6. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. My internet cut out. There is a lot of snow out here in Canada, so obviously a bit of an issue with the internet there. I'll blame the snow, but we'll get right back into it here. Let me bring this up, and now let's see if I can do the comments. Yes, now the comments I can bring up. Awesome. Flames moneyline right, IceX. Like the picture at Tim Earl. Revenge game, Jay Stone likes the over as well. Yeah, I like it. I can't really see it. Over 6, Nick likes the over as well. 10 units for IceX apparently. Minus 2.5 for the Avs, seriously. We'll go Avs go. Avalanche for the Central, no play on the game itself. Pointing at the Ducks. StreamYard crashed. It happened to me in Higgs too. Okay. So it's a StreamYard issue. It's not the weather/snow issue. So that's good. In this game, Anaheim, Colorado. This is a pass for me. Colorado's won the last 7 meetings between the teams, all 7 by 2 or more. So they've definitely handled the Ducks. But if you're looking at the Avs puck line, it's minus 145, minus 150. Do I want to have to rely on them to win by 3 goals? No. I had them against the Capitals on the puck line. It was a premium play for me. They were not desperate for the empty net. They weren't really attempting the empty net. And I don't want to get into a situation where maybe they're only up by 2 and they decide not to shoot at the empty net for whatever reason. So I can't get involved with the super puck line in this one. But I can't take the Ducks either. Yes, they won their last game, but they're still an awful team. So I can't get involved with them either. Avs money line. Yeah, hey, minus 400. Minus 400. Good luck to them. There's no way the Avs lose to the Ducks. Well, I'm not going to say that because any NHL team can win on any given night. We will move on to the last game before we get to best bets, hoping to keep my best bet record going. Things have been going well as of late. But this game here, St. Louis minus 154 to minus 162. Arizona plus 130 to plus 140. 6.5s right across the board in this one. This is a game is also another pass for me. This is the type of price I would be backing the Arizona Coyotes at, is a plus price like this, not a minus 140, minus 150. But I'm not rushing to back St. Louis at a minus 150, minus 160 on the road either. 6.5. If this was 6, I'd be looking more towards the over. But this is just not a game that interests me. Obviously, as a fan, I'm rooting for the Coyotes. I'd like to see the Coyotes win. Any loss for the St. Louis Blues is good on my end, but no plays for me in this one. Offage, Makar is back tonight. Is that 100% official? Because he was supposed to kind of be back last game, and they ended up scratching him late. So is he a game time decision, or is he officially back? Blues team total under 3.5. Interesting. Colorado first period and Colorado to win the game in regulation is plus 135. Put a unit on it, roll it over on the same bet on the next Colorado game. That's interesting. First period puck line, I'm assuming, or is it money line? But that's a good price. Blues might roll the Yotes. Yeah, they probably should. Most teams should. Yotes for the Western Conference Championship. All right, Tim. What have you been smoking today? Pass some along. But we will go now to the best bet segment. Let me bring this up. And already gave my draw of the day. New Jersey at Nashville plus 325. Looking to go to cashing 3 draws in a row, 3 days in a row. New Jersey and Nashville plus 325. But my best bet for today is the Buffalo Sabres plus 155, plus 160, depending on what book you have access to. This is too big of a plus price for the Sabres that are 8-1-1 on the road in their last 10 games. And Buffalo 4-6 in their 4 out of 6 wins in their last 6 trips to Winnipeg. I like the Sabres here as a road underdog once again, and I'll take them here as my best bet for today. First period -0.5. Okay, so first period puck line. I like the Preds, Devils, frauds. Interesting. For me, it's Devils on the road. If this game was in New Jersey, I might not be on the Devils, but Devils 18-2-2 on the road. I have to back them. On the road in this spot. Shocking face. Yes, I'm taking the Sabres as my best bet. Isaac says, I mean, yay. Nick, 100%. It's been me and Nick have agreed lately, which is rare. So Nick is going against me here, taking the Preds as his best bet. Grinch agrees. Devils are frauds. I don't know about that. I'm not saying the Devils are a cup contender or anything, but they are a very young, high potential team. They could get really scary if they. I've heard some rumors about adding some players. They might be looking to add some players like Timo Meier, perhaps. That would be huge for the Devils. But that is today's show. Best of luck to everybody on your bets tonight, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another episode. Getting Wild with Terry, free NHL picks. Best of luck, guys.